Fam, hope everybody had a great night, or great day, I should say, and is having a good night. Uh, Today was another day where DR didn't DR like it was supposed to, right? And so let's talk about that, and I'll kind of go through what I did today, because after yesterday, I was, I let a couple trades go by without, because I was waiting for DR to set up appropriately, and when that didn't happen, decided to look at some other additional things that we needed. So let's talk, some things that we can leverage, like ICT concepts and things like that. So let's talk about it today. I'll show you the one trade that I did take today, which was an ICT trade. Actually, I took three trades today. I'll talk about the other ones here in a minute, because two of them were DR trades, but they were, I call them laughable. All right. So let's go through it. Let's see. So we had around a 19 point range today, which is actually, within our, what I call the sweet spot of 16 to 20 plus. And so my expectation was that we would have, some movement in here. And, if you notice what happened today, I mean, we really were in this range, almost until 2 o'clock, after 2 o'clock in the afternoon. So there wasn't a lot here from a DR perspective that you could have traded. The one trade I did take, and I left this fair value gap on here, was an ICT based trade with this fair value gap. But let's talk about, we also had Jerome Powell talking at 10 o'clock today. I wasn't able to watch that. Again, it's Wednesday. Wednesday is my busy day, so I don't get a chance to watch the market a lot. I rely on a lot of alerts on Wednesday. But again, we see 10 o'clock, we see the shift in price. So this one was a news-based shift, so I wouldn't count that as one of our normal 10 a.m., reversal type of moves, but, the action did happen. We tested DR low. Same thing like yesterday. We tested it 1, 2, 3, 4 times, and we just never broke through it and closed below it. So, no DR low for us, no confirmation there. Price came back up, started going to test the other side, the DR high side, and then this is where, I looked and said, this is where I want to take a trade, because I kept seeing these fair value gaps form, and then they kept getting invalidated. And so when this one formed, this was again on a 5-minute chart around 11:30. I said, well, it's almost 12 o'clock, which normally at 12 o'clock we get some price movement, right? Even if we've been consolidating all day. And so this was a kind of a gut 5 move, as I call it, where once price came back down to retest this fair value gap, the bullish fair value gap, it tested it once and it tested it again. I just put an order in at 44.11, and it went up 5 points. I moved up another 5 points, and I closed out at 44.22. Okay, it's as simple as that. Nothing, no drama. Just price moved up. I kept moving my stop up, and also by take profit up to 10 points. Locked in my stop at 3 points, I think, this time, and just let it play itself out. 10 points, and I was like, okay, well, still waiting on DR to set up, right? So. Price came up and tested the DR high, rejected right off of it. Also came back and came back down, back under that fair value gap again. So at that point, fair value gap has now been canceled, because it's been closed out, or it's been moved, below it. And let me turn on my other fair value gaps, because I'm going to show you kind of the DR trade I took today. So. Again, price came down when it started moving back up around 140. 140. That is, pretty decent move up, but really there's nowhere to me, right? And now in the 5 minute, there's nowhere for me to get into this trade, whether it's ICT, whether it's DR, anything like that. So, this is one of those where, if you got in, maybe you were on a 1 minute, there was something there. I don't know. I don't like to change off of the 5 minute too much, especially like I said on a Wednesday when I'm really busy. I just need to focus on like kind of one time frame, which may not make the most sense, but that's what works for me. We did get a little pullback here, which could have given you an opportunity to get into this trade, but again, we actually ended up at 215, confirming DR high, which again very late in the day. Not a whole lot you're going to do there. So we end up coming up And then I said, okay, I need a retrace. Once we got up here, that's 44.30, so good 8 point move. I said I really want to retrace below 44.22. Okay, and so that happened. All right around 3 o'clock. So again, that's not optimal at all. Market closes at 4, so you don't have a lot of time for things to play itself out. The other thing that happened was had this bearish fair value gap here now, right? So when price comes in, so I said, okay, I'm going to follow my rules, but I'm going to be very specific about it. Let me broaden this up a little bit so you can see it. And what I ended up doing was I put my order here at 44.22. Okay, got picked up right on this candle, got picked up on the way back up, came back down a bit. Yeah, okay, a couple points. I still got, I'm down at my stop loss at 5 points. Here, I'm expecting to move up, but I know this fair value gap is here, and so as I'm looking and I see the price go up, it goes up almost 2 points, right? It actually went up 22, got to 24, and so what I did again, because I'm seeing we're at the top of this fair value gap, was actually move my stop loss to 1 point. Yes, I did 1 point, right? Because again, I really respect these fair value gaps, and so I was hoping that it would just burst through it and kind of move on, move back up. So got to 1 point there. Got stopped out, of course, at 1 point. All right, fine. And then price. Actually, I think I got stopped out on this candle because price came back down here, or was it this one? Whichever one it was, I put an order. I said, let me jump right back into 44.22. So it had to be this one. No, actually, it was this one. Got stopped out on this candle. Sorry, and then on this candle, price had come back down, and then it So I put an order back in. It went up initially, and then it actually came back down again. So in this case, what I did was I set my stop loss for 1 point. Right. So in this case, I was even. Not a smart trade. I call it a degenerate trade, which I knew, the strong possibility that I would actually lose on that trade. And so to mitigate my risk, I only made it 1 point. So I gained 1 point over here, lost 1 point here, and just laughed about it because at the end of the day, all I did was lose $6 out of my account, right, from a commission standpoint. Then price actually just kind of, just crashed down. If I was smart, I would just wait and actually just bought some. No, let me not say that because I wouldn't have done it because even though we had a bearish fair value gap here, price never came back up to it to come back down. So I wouldn't have messed with that. So that was my last trade. Again, it's almost, that's at 3:30 in the afternoon. Not a whole lot I'm going to take after that. Not looking from a DR standpoint anyway. Even if I would have got down here and taken a trade to go back up, I mean, that's a couple points, but not worth it. And, it's at 355. So would have been tough to get in and out of that trade. So, long story short, this is 2 days of DR not doing what DR normally does. I told one of my groups, I said, I've had so much success with the ladder method on DR. It's kind of earned a couple of days off. So with all the news happening and Powell speaking, and he speaks again tomorrow, it's okay to take a day off every once in a while. So I'm good there. I will continue to stick to the plan, stick to the program, because again, overall and over time, I know that strategy is going to work for me, or continue to work for me, and I'll just go with that. So hope this was helpful. Tough day to trade. Let's be honest about it. This is not an easy, this is not easy to trade this. If you're a scalper, yeah, you can jump in, jump out, but if that's not your trader identity, don't try to do this. It's okay to sit on the sideline. It's okay to not take a trade every day. I took this trade because I know ICT concepts well enough to know that this is an opportunity for me with minimal risk in this case. Also knowing that I follow my rules here, but again understanding that with this ICT confluence here that says this is what's supposed to happen. It's supposed to go. Price is supposed to go up, but understanding this, we have this negative or bearish fair value gap here. That's a blocker, so there's potential there that price is going to go down, which is, why I protected myself. So if you're not in tune with, the different, parts of the strategy that way, then this is not a day you want to trade. Okay. It's much nicer to find those days where prices continues to go up or continues to go down, and you can just get a trade and just kind of ride it out all day. It happened to us last week where we could have gotten one DR trade and it would have been 40 points by the end of the day, and we didn't have to do anything. So it's just part of being a trader. So anyway, again, hope this was helpful. Hopefully, you guys didn't get in your own way today, and we'll try it again tomorrow. We'll see what happens. Again, Biden speaks. I mean, Biden, Powell speaks again tomorrow, and I think there's I don't know if it's unemployment or whatever. I have to go and look at Forex Factory to see what's happening tomorrow. I haven't done that yet, but anyway, you guys take care of yourself, and as always, love on your family, love on your friends. You never know when that journey is going to end, so let's take advantage every day. All right, we'll talk to you guys later.